in the martial arts?
Well, probably I got the love of hand-to-hand physical, basically combat, from my introduction to high school wrestling in 1949, I guess it was. And I wrestled there for 3 years and won a conference championship and went to the state tournament and placed in that tournament. And then I went to Japan when I graduated in the Air Force, and right off I came upon a judo club working out with the doors open to the street, and this was the Toyota Machi Dojo. And so I inquired about what was entailed in it, and since I was a wrestler, it was really easy for me to learn judo, which is sometimes called Japanese wrestling. And so I went to many tournaments and progressed up to a second-degree black belt when I left Japan in 1955. And then I always taught it as my part-time job while I was a college teacher. I went to the University of Colorado and got a degree in public address and law, combined degree. I had a couple of years of law school to use with my undergraduate work, and so I graduated in 1961 with a master's degree. And I coached the University of Colorado judo team in the I think it was 60 first intercollegiate judo championships, and so that was really a rewarding experience. But then I still kept, when I got my first teaching job, I also was teaching judo to students. And then my second teaching job, I was teaching judo to a policeman and his son and others. And my third teaching job at Pacific University in Eugene, Oregon, and then here I was coaching judo at the YMCA for many years. And this is of course where we got together, that and in the college classroom, and you're the first one I ever promoted to a black belt. And you're the answer to every martial artist's dream, and that is that his students surpass him. And since I was a competitive judo, not trying to rationalize out of it, and you, when you got in with Major Porter from the Air Force Academy, you surpassed me in your knowledge of both judo and jiu-jitsu, and probably, you know, aikido. And so it's on off now, so I won't be interrupting. I'm playing my Texas Hold'em, which is one of my very good hobbies that I really love. In fact, I play it this afternoon at the Senior Center from 1 to 3:30. Coming up, we're in the early morning now. And so that's how I enlarged my interest in judo. And then I competed in tournaments myself in the AAU, Denver AAU, Vermillion, South Dakota. And so then I wanted to get out of it because I dislocated a elbow in a monkey flip throw, and I'd put my hand down and this guy had pulled me down further and had dislocated the elbow. And I was thinking to myself, well, you better find something more gentle. And I read this book by Sofia Delza about Tai Chi. One of my judo students that was into karate, a state champion I guess, he introduced me to this book. And that's when I became interested in Tai Chi. And then I got a teacher. And this teacher came to Winona. And I said, is there anybody that teaches Tai Chi? And they tuned me into this guy, and he came. And for 6 months, 5 hours a week in the morning, I guess it was 5 to 7. And then for 2 or 3 hours on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I studied Tai Chi and I learned the form from one side. Then I went to Colorado on a sabbatical in 1980-81, and I learned that same form from the other side because you can learn easily. They're mirror images always, so at the advanced state you can do that. And you can even learn out of a book at that state of consciousness, and you can learn out of a DVD. But what we're going to do in this DVD, because now Tai Chi is my love, I still love judo, and I have non-egotistically have a 8th degree, and I know that that's because of time and grade and age and devotion to the sport. But you're still getting into that very well yourself, and you'll probably become 9th or 10th degree black belt. You have a 7th, I have an 8th, and so, you know, both of us know that, just like a guy told me once, that and a quarter will get you a cup of coffee, or maybe even he said a nickel. This was many years ago, right before he took my 4th degree judo card from the Judo Association of America and tore it up and said, with a $50, anybody can get one of those. And so that was a big comeuppance for me and my ego. And so you know yourself that no martial artist wants to show off or have to use his martial arts expertise in a fight, period. That's just not the thing to do. So we always counsel our players, and I'm sure you do, that this is defensive and it should never be used offensively unless you or somebody else has been in some way put in jeopardy for your life or well-being. And then at that time, you know, anything goes. But remember, he who lives by the sword dies by the sword, and he who has a gun, it might misfire or jam, and you might end up being dead. So you're not guaranteed anyway of, no matter how much you know. This little midget can pull out a .357 Magnum and put a bullet right between your eyeballs. And that'll be the end of this day and age. In fact, we all just live in the now. That's another thing that all these martial arts do. They are all into the way of enlightenment. You see, all of these have Do, and that stands for Tao, Tao, Judao, Judo, the gentle way, see, the way. And then Aikido, the way of energy. And then Karate Do, the way of the closed fist. And even Tai Chi Do. I once wrote a short article and got it published, and T.T. Liang told me, they said, oh, you're that Tai Chi Do guy, because I wrote in this article that we should call it Tai Chi Do. But now I understand that Supreme Ultimate Long Fist Boxing is all that you need to do. And we will, of course, be demonstrating that in the upcoming video. And we want to get you to awaken to your energy. And so we're going to get you to feel that energy in your bodies. And you're going to then see that, hey, maybe this is a science. Maybe this is not some old goofy man with a PhD that taught at universities for, I don't know, 37 years or some obnoxious figure. And so therefore, if what I'm saying means anything to you, come along with me and let's jump into the void and become immortals.